Hello, my name is Kamiko Pack, and today I'll be presenting my findings on the peanut ball study I conducted in February of this year for my senior practicum. Now, what is a peanut ball? You may be asking yourself, and that is an excellent question if you are. A peanut ball is a birthing aid used in labor to change the shape of the patient's cervix in order to facilitate a more favorable cervix shape for delivery. The goal for an optimum delivery is to have a spontaneous vaginal delivery that does not require surgical instruments or result in a cesarean section. In order for that to occur, the neonate needs to descend down into the pelvis, become locked into the pelvis as to deter it from ascending back up, and finish with a safe delivery. Once the assessment of the patient has occurred in relation to the fetal station, you can determine your next course of action. If the baby is high up in the pelvis, a position with widened knees can be used to open the inlet of the pelvis and encourage the baby to come down into the physical pelvis. Once the neonate is in the pelvis, about like a zero station, you want to ensure they will not become disengaged. So, as a provider, you will focus on keeping the knees lateral, facing forward. Once properly engaged, the key is to delivery of a safe neonate. So you want to open the pelvic outlet by bringing the patient's knees inward. This position opens the ischial spine and allows the largest pelvic outlet, which will make it easier for your patient to deliver. Peanut ball usage needs more research in order to for us to truly get a good grasp on how they affect the body. Most research I conducted resulted with inconclusive information, primarily due to the lack of participants or shortened length of trial time. However, some case studies I found showed positive delivery results when using the peanut ball, such as the case with Cheryl Roth and Associates. In 2016, this study showed that epiduralized first-time mothers had shorter labors when using a peanut ball. As well, in 2015, with Tussey and Associates, they found that using a peanut ball decreased the first stage of labor by 29 minutes and the second stage of labor by 11 minutes. With the use of the peanut ball, Tussey also observed a lower cesarean section rate. Training for the in-service took place over the course of a single 12-hour night shift. Due to the schedule of the staff, small groups of 1 to 2 nurses were taught at a time. The initial training went over the trifold created along with the case study findings and current peanut ball literature. Main focal points were patient positioning and aiding to decrease the amount of cesarean section births on the unit. With this initial training, I had to physically seek these people out and bring my huge trifold with me to assist with great visual aids. So in addition to the initial training, I conducted weekly one-on-one interviews, checkups, if you will, with the staff that had sat for the training. We discussed how the peanut ball usage was going, if they were running into any problems, and answered any questions the team members may have had. The most often question asked during this time was, what is your favorite or recommended position for my patient right now? Which I would immediately ask, well, what was our last cervical exam? Where's the baby? Laminated position charts were created for each computer at the 2 labor nursing stations. These charts mimic the positions shown on the and taught on the trifold and were used quite often, even by people who didn't attend the training. They found it fascinating and asked tons of questions. I also supplied the nurses during this checkup time with 2 YouTube videos I had found from certified labor and delivery nurses that provided more insight to the peanut balls and labor, kind of reiterated what I had taught them, and offered some assistance with positioning as well, like tips and tricks they had found that really worked well for them. At the end of the training, I conducted a survey using SurveyMonkey website, so it keeps it all anonymous, and I use it to determine how successful the training really was. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but 6 out of the 7 participants in the training completed the post-training survey. As you can see, on the slide, the outcome was mostly positive in comfortability. All participants who completed the survey found the training enhanced their knowledge of peanut ball usage. All stated the training was efficient and that they were likely to use peanut balls for assistance in future deliveries. All who took the survey also expressed interest in a hands-on training session using the peanut ball. Comfortability was positive overall, with most feeling at least very confident in proper usage. To get better results, a larger participant pool and longer length time of study would be most beneficial and accurate. With what the people felt the training lacked really was time and hands-on. Other than that, they didn't really feel like it. They feel like they feel like they aided them in their current practice. Whereas with the time wise or the somewhat confident, those I believe were people who were using the peanut ball for the first time, had actually never used one prior to this little training session I had completed. So post completion of my senior practicum, the labor council on the unit has placed bedside labor nursing at the foremost priority, hoping to reduce the cesarean section rate. Not only have they embraced using the peanut ball efficiently and correctly, but are putting a focus on using it for frequent patient positioning, aiming to reduce the cesarean section rate that our hospital currently has. Both the labor nurses and certified nurse midwives are enthusiastic for this upcoming change and are eager to work together in this positive change for the unit. This completes the overview of the in-service I conducted this year. Thank you for your time.